Well, I guess I'm gonna do two today. Um, I've been outside doing some stuff in the yard, and now my nose is all stopped up. It's been running. I was sneezing all morning, and I feel like it's so much like in that movie Cabin in the Woods, where they're all up there in the control booth, and they're like, "Okay, should we let out the merman, or should we let out the killer zombies, or should?" And so I feel like that they're sitting there. Okay, what time should we let out the environmental pollutants and allergens? And plus, there's something else too that is making my joints so sore and stiff. Oh my god, it's weird. I don't know. I knew she was gonna come as soon as I just tried to let her in. But, and she's so sore. So I swear to God, they're releasing more stuff. And it's probably because whatever was in this is getting triggered by whatever they're dropping down. There's going to be a new strain. Hold on. Let's climb over the chair. Please come in when I ask you the first time. Why I gotta do this so many times? I have to climb over the chair arm because I have the table so close. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about though was not just the pollutants that they put out here to cause whatever havoc that they can probably, just think about it. Sudafed, Claritin, all these. And when I was thinking about the food thing, it's just like how much they make off of insulin. Oh, be careful, don't become diabetic, but please become diabetic. So crazy. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about though was something else. And I feel like, I know quite a few. I'm taking my socks off, they're all wet from being outside. I wasn't just in my socks outside. I was wearing shoes, but it's, I live in the Pacific Northwest. It's beyond wet. What I wanted to talk about was something that I know a lot of people. So I feel like there's probably a lot of people who know a lot of people. And there's probably, quite a few people who are doing it, and maybe they're starting to get an awareness of it. But I feel like I've talked about it a lot, but I thought I'm going to approach it in this way. Who knows? Maybe I approach it like this every time. I don't know. Who knows? But so if you're somebody and you are holding on to an event or some kind of a traumatic interaction, or your whole childhood, if you're holding on to these traumatic events or triggers or whatever they are, then you're stunting your own growth, because you're holding on to the past. You're back in the past. You're not letting go of things. You are holding on because you is like a glutton for your own pain. So you got to keep reliving it, trying to, rehash it like there's going to be a different outcome. And, the only way to make a different outcome is to, create a different outcome for what happens after the fact. When you get like totally stagnant, I know I've talked about this before because I can remember there was something I was talking about with some woman who was stuck like that. I don't know. But, if you get stuck back there, then, everything else is moving forward, but you are stuck in this certain place and you haven't, moved on. So, you're holding yourself there, nobody else is holding you there. You can feel like the memories or, the emotions or whatever is holding you there, but really you're the one who is. You're the one who goes in and relives it and holds on to anger and resentment and what's that one word I'm talking about? When you I can see it, but if you are holding on to that stuff, then who's the person with the problem? If the person who hurt you, probably didn't intentionally hurt you, it was probably completely out of ignorance or, whatever the situation was. Maybe they were self-centered or whatever the case may be. A lot of people want to get stuck because there's so many people stuck in this victim mentality. They can't get past it. They've got to hold on to this poor me, poor me. And it's such a stifling energy. It just doesn't let you move on and grow. And, to move on and grow, you got to let go of situations and move forward in your life and, be a warrior. Whatever you go through, just be a warrior and, get up and fight another day. Don't let something beat you down and, just give up. And give up on things and just become, resentful and angry and bitter. And, there's just so many people who hold on to these situations that make them just feel bad. And I have another thing when I was just saying that. Hold on, because I was saying about the triggers. Oh, man. Well, I'll think of it if I'm supposed to. I have so many things that are going through my head, trying to remember of what to talk about. But if I write it down, then I'll just sit there and read it. So, and then you're not going to write down everything you say. You're going to write yourself a script. Do whatever that is that Joe's got to have the thing so he can read it off the thing. I can just look forgetful. I am forgetful. I've got a brain injury. That's how it works. What was it I was going to say? Well, there's just, there's so many people that are holding themselves back in the past, and the past has moved forward. The past has continued living. The past has, made a whole new life for itself while you're still sitting back trying to figure out what happened. And, and lots of times you're never gonna understand it, because it's not just meant for you to understand. It's meant for you to overcome. It's meant for you to grow. It's meant for you to be pushed and to be your best version of yourself. But if you're going to sit back and just become stagnant, then you're not pushing into that direction that, that your soul wants to go. Because your soul wants to grow. Your emotions, your ego, your wounded self wants to just sit back and feel bad. And, there was this situation that happened one day. I don't know if I've talked about this before, but I was doing something in my room, and I turned, and there was this big warrior looking guy with wings standing in my mirror. It wasn't me. It was somebody else. And it kind of threw me for a minute. And then I was like, it was that angel standing there. But to me, I think it was more trying to reflect back to me to be a warrior, fight through things, don't give up on things, to just, you have to be your own advocate. You have to be your own. And, no matter what, I mean, we've all gone through such hard things in our life. Everybody has, and, if you just sit back and you hold on to these pains, and, you just keep feeding these wounds, then you're wasting valuable time of living and life and stuff, because traumatic events and wounds and stuff are meant to be healed and to move on, not to, keep picking the scab for the rest of your life, because some things are just so you can learn to let go and to forgive and find those things in yourself, resilience, independence. There's just like so many things that are valuable structures to a person that you get from overcoming traumatic events. I mean, I don't think there's a lot of people who have had no problems and they're, a deep person, somebody who is, has any kind of structure to them at all. You have to have, it's the building blocks of who you are, is what you go through and how you get through it. Do you get through it with dignity? Do you get through it with a smile on your face? Do you get through it with a good attitude? Or do you just turn into a monster to everyone? And then you just leave that energy everywhere you go, where, people can't stand to see you come and they're happy to see you go, And we're all, I mean, you can't be perfect for everybody. But there's a lot of people who just get so stuck in trauma. And, and will spend years and years and years, in counseling and everything, trying to work through stuff. And I just think it's a lot simpler than that, And I do think there really is something to that. What would Jesus do? Kind of thing. Because no matter who you think the guy was, I mean, he was a good guy who tried to live by, honor and dignity and equality and stuff like that. So I think, it's a good person to think like, well, what would he do in this situation? And, I mean, if you can't figure it out for yourself. And I think in most cases, if you're holding on to pain, you're the one who's suffering. Nobody else is suffering except for you. So, if you want to live pain-free, you got to release what is holding you back. And that goes with what I was just talking about earlier too, because the people who hold on to things start having manifestations in their physical body. They'll have physical ailments from holding on to stuff, like the woman who got cancer, and the guy who got that weird spine virus thing. But the things will start coming out in manifestations of how you feel, So, yeah, I think that's just quite the phenomena, kind of, Well, I think it's just something we just don't really understand yet, because there's been so much information that has been repressed and held back. But disclosure and technology and all that stuff is going to just teach us a lot more about our bodies and how to be healthy. I mean, just the fact that they fuck with the frequencies to fuck with us, to keep us unsettled. And people don't even know that. They don't even have any awareness of it. Oh. It's so weird how many things that people just don't even have any awareness of that are going on right under their nose. It's just so weird. And they just are all so oblivious. Anyways, I wanted to say that. I was just thinking about, man, these people just holding themselves in this painful place when growing and, overcoming things is so much better than holding on to it. Because when you're not holding on to it, you're out enjoying your life and you're making the best of it. So, I don't know. Whatever things have got you held down, just, try and work through them. Try and process them. Don't try and repress them and hold them in. I think that's one thing about when people go to the bathroom. I don't think very many people talk about it, but I always think about it. When you go to the bathroom in the morning and it just is like, it just feels so good. It just looks like you've just released all these toxins, all this stuff that has been in your body. Like your body's been processing all of this and getting rid of the waste. And in the morning it's ready to get rid of it. And you go and you get rid of it. And it feels so release. And that is the same thing when you are holding on. Just imagine, if you didn't go to the bathroom and your body was saying, go to the bathroom, and you're like, no, I'm going to hold it. Oh, God. You could hold it, because you can't deal with it. And then, because that's basically what people are doing. They're holding on to it so tightly. It becomes a part of them, a part of who they are, what they want to put out there in the world. So anyways, releasing and letting go of things is cleansing to your soul, and you just feel lighter, just like you do after you take a crap in the morning. You just feel lighter. You just feel better, emptier. So anyways, treat every day like morning crap. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.